Welcome to May is National Physical Fitness and Sports Month with Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. This is your home each week to stay healthy and motivated. Let's live more, play more indoors.
Hello everyone, my name is Tony Bryan. I'm a certified fitness instructor with the Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. Today we're going to focus on table or chair exercises for you. I know that you've been teleworking a lot, so this is a moment in which you can push away from the table or your desk and do a couple of exercises. Now before starting any exercise, always consult your doctor. What you would need within this past 15 minutes, maybe some water, of course, and a chair. So let's begin. So here you are working, and you're busy working all day, and you need that 15-minute break. What I want you to do is push your chair away from your table. So I'm actually going to remove my table since it's easier. Once I remove my table, I sit up nice and tall. My legs are wider than my hips. And from here, because I was sitting, before I get up, I need to stretch out my lumbar spine. So I'm going to take this leg and cross it over this. Reposition my foot so that my knee and my ankle are on the same plane. Sit up tall so that my shoulders and hips are square. This is not square. So once I find my posture in a chair that is stable, I gently release my hip by pushing downwards or just releasing my hip. I sit up nice and tall. Are you with me? As you sit up from your center of the chest, I want you to lean forward into it. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? And I want to hold this for at least maybe 10, 15, for some of us who are pretty tight, maybe 20 seconds. And then carefully I release. I take the other leg, cross it over. Oh, it's pretty tight because I've been sitting all day. I gently release the hip so that my hand can gently push down as I sit up nice and tall. Again, make sure you're on a stable foundation. Make sure this chair doesn't move. My chair doesn't have wheels, so you be careful on the chair you're sitting that it is stable. Then I hinge forward. As I hinge forward, I can feel it in that glute area, in my lumbar spine, because I've been compressing my spine all the time. Then carefully I sit. As I said, I've pushed my way away from the table so that I can extend my leg and I can hinge right here. And again, this is designed for everyone. So I want to keep it simple and finding success. And then carefully I switch legs. So here is something we can do very simply. Again, my chair is very stable. Then I sit up again. I reach for those that could hinge on a table chair. You can reach forward and feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Now from there, I sit and I hinge first, then I reach. After about 10, 15 or 20 seconds, I take my legs together and then carefully I twist to one side. I make sure and elevate my spine. I can hold the back of my chair, which is stable, and I can twist. My legs are together, not apart, but then I turn for my chest, focusing on my spine. Then carefully I turn to the other side, hold on to the back, sitting up tall and stretching them out. From there, I roll my shoulders back. As I go up the kinetic chain from my hips to my shoulders, because I've been sitting from here to here is tight. I reach over and I stretch my shoulders, and then I stretch. And then carefully I can interlock my fingers and stretch them out. That took me a good 4 or 5 minutes. And now I'm able to sit here legs wider than the hips. And from here, I want to release the spine and the hamstring. So I'll do this slowly by standing up and sitting down. Again, make sure the chair is stable. So here I am, not in full extension right here. I soften this, waking up my quads that were asleep, waking up my glutes. Just a few more. Guess what? I'm ready to stand up. As I stand up, I'm going to move my chair so at least you can see me. I'm going to remove my light table. And as I stand up, I take my legs about shoulder distance wide. You may not see my hands, but they go straight up to the ceiling. Interlock my fingers and stretch them out. Oh, and then twist side to side. Just waking up my shoulders. Again, you can do this over time under tension. So do it in a way in which you're successful in working there. Then I'm going to kick myself in the glutes. Oh, yes, that feels good. Now from there, I need to warm up my spine because my spine has been working. So I'm going to take my legs wider than my hips. Extend my arms out so that you can see my palms. From here, I'm going to pretend that I'm a windmill. Now a windmill, the arms are on the same plane. This is not the same plane. This is not the same plane. This here, from here to here, I'm going to reach here. So this is called a windmill in physical therapy. Trying to keep my arms on the same plane. From there, I take my legs about shoulder distance wide. And then carefully, on the same plane, I can stretch out. Right here. As you notice, it's getting harder each time I take my legs in. From here, I do the same thing. Really looking at my spine. And then I stop, roll the shoulders back. Now, since I want to do it with success, I'm going to stand with my chair close to me. I'm going to stand because I need to know where I am in space. Because sometimes if I tell you to stand up tall, some of us may look like this and say we're good. So here, I'm in good posture, and with the outside leg, I want to take it away. So I want to work my hip. So keep it going, looking like this. Good. Just to loosen up this area here. Then I may turn. I may touch something so I know I'm in perfect posture and take the leg out. So this is a long lever. Now, after doing that, I can go back down to the ground, holding on to something. Now look at my feet. 1 foot at a time, I'm going to dorsiflex my foot. It looks like this. You see how I'm peeling my foot off the floor? So I can hold on to something and do the same thing. But I can do even more by carefully coming up and taking it down. The reverse of lifting the heels is also lifting the feet. See? Right here. So I want to make sure I work my shins, work back here, and I can alternate right here. Good. Carefully I stand and I reach across my chest. Now I don't want to, right now the energy has to come from the ground. So watch my legs. I want you to focus on how I move. You'll see my arm extending, and I try to keep my hands below my shoulders, But look at my rotation, because everything comes from the ground. So from there, I can then keep this still and just rotate from the upper body and swivel. Then, that warms up my spine. It got my heart rate elevated to a point where I know that I got some work in. Then carefully roll the shoulders back. From there again, I take my hands and I push back. Right here. Good. So we have to focus on the scapula because we're working. Now I'm going to stand up 1 second to work back here. So because we're sitting all the time, right here, our backs are rounded. So I need to pull those shoulders back. So watch me first as I place my hands here and I push my elbows back. I'm going to go to my knees so at least you can see what it looks like. My hands are here and I pull my elbows back. These are exercises you can do while you're teleworking. Stretching out the scapula. Then I go back to my chair. From my chair, I'm so busy typing, working, and working right here. See that? So, I circle one way, and I can circle the other way. So, still working here, but not straight down, adding rotation in the wrists. Adding rotation this way. Now tell me, are your hands important? Yes, they are. So watch my hands. Join me as I create claws. I'm going to go on my knees while you sit, so at least you can see what I'm doing with my hands. My hands are not making a fist. What they're doing is opening and closing like this, focusing on the joints. So from here, even my thumb is working. All 5 fingers are working on each hand. So from here, I can take one hand individually as I hold on my fingers and I bring it in here. Yes, I can feel it all here through the carpal tunnel. Because during this period, I don't want carpal tunnel syndrome. Now what you see me doing as I weave my hand through each finger is that I try to do it, or you're going to try to do it for 30 seconds. I'm going to do it for less due to time. So always go back and do this. Stop the video if you need to and go back. And I'm focused what? Anything from trigger finger to arthritis to even tired hands from teleworking. So again, I'm working right down this lane here. I'm doing all 5 fingers on each hand. Now, what's also important is my neck. We have tech neck. So, I'm going to sit up for this moment. From here, I relax my shoulders. My chin will drop to my clavicle, this bone here. So relax your shoulders, close your mouth. I will talk as I turn my chin to one side, and with my mouth closed, I'm going to drop my chin to the clavicle. My shoulder is down and relaxed. Then I come up, I turn my chin, I drop it down to this clavicle. Then I come here and I try it again. I roll my shoulders back. Everyone, I hope this moment was important for you. It was for me. And again, my name is Tony Bryan. If you need any more information on our programming, always go to our website at the Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County website, and find our videos and all information there. I'm one of the trainers, and I'm one of the guys that work at the golf course focused on golf fitness. So, from me to you, be safe, be sound, relax, relate, release, and thank you for this moment. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in again for the next May is National Physical Fitness and Sports Month video with the Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. Tell a friend this is the place to live more, play more indoors.